And they want to act like she's out to assassinate the president. Now, who in their right mind would say something like that publicly?
Well, that's Trump for you. That's why I
And
don't
his
even.
supporters. That's his supporters that are
Well,
saying that kind of stuff about
that's the
Congresswoman
same
Maxine
thing.
Waters. We say same thing, same
Yeah.
thing. But look at it. They need a fall guy. Somebody, somewhere, some group is out to get rid of Trump. And they're not waiting on going through the impeachment process. That's what Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, is uh, asking for the impeachment process. She's demanding the impeachment. But they in the minority. They can say what they want to say. The Democrats aren't going to get an impeachment through unless the Republicans join the bandwagon, and we don't believe that's going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. They do a lot of talking, but when it comes to actually uh, doing something to get rid of him, I don't see them doing anything.
But here's something that just doesn't seem right to me, ladies and gentlemen. When Donald Trump made a statement that he was going to South Korea. I'm- Well, going to South Korea for what? Aren't you in some kind of semi, they're at an armistice, meaning that war has never ended. That's why America has over, what, 30,000 troops right there in South Korea, 30 miles from North Korea. Uh, this president is calling the man Little Rocket Man. But why would he announce that he's going into hostile territory? That's one thing the man said he wasn't going to do. He faulted President Obama for saying,
Yeah.
he meaning President Trump, faulted Obama for saying, why would he be so, why would he do that? Why would he tell the people we're leaving? Why would he tell the people we're coming or we're leaving in 2 months or in 10 months? We're leaving. All the people got to do now is wait until you leave.
He said that.
Huh? Did he say that? So
Yeah.
why is he going over there? What tricked this? Who tricked the man? What did they tell him? The narcissistic Donald Trump, this self-perpetuating person, that he's the smartest of them all, that he's going to go to a hostile territory. And and what's going on over there? Anybody can take him out. They can shoot a missile at it. What? Who's going to be blamed? North Korea, Iran,
Hmm.
but the Russians are there. Are they going to do it? The Chinese are there. They're going to do it. Even the Israeli Mossad is over there. Will they do it?
Well, it could be anybody, especially with his attitude. I mean, everywhere he go, instead of making friends, he make enemies. So,
But why? Why would people even? You would say, why would they assassinate the president? But why would he go over there and put himself in danger? Why would he even tell anybody?
he's
Huh?
he's not thinking about that.
Well,
He's
no.
Trump.
Yeah,
He
so,
don't feel he can be. Nobody would try to kill Uncle Trump.
what do you mean nobody would try to assassinate the president? There's been
It's-
many attempted
that
assassinations
wasn't Trump.
in
He
America,
ain't never had a president like Trump.
and they didn't lead America. They didn't lead American soil. Uh, uh, Gerald Ford and Ronald Reagan. They shot Ronald Reagan, and he shut up. And when he was president, they shot him, wounded him, killed 3 or 4 other people, crippled another guy. I don't know how many. What did they? It's about three, four
It was
people
three or
got
four
shot
people.
by one man. It's all this one lone gunman stuff all the time. But ladies and gentlemen, look, and you may say, why are you saying this? Some of y'all may feel good about it, but what about the consequences? If this president or any American president is assassinated on foreign soil, don't you know they got to go to war? They feel like, oh, you trying to punk us out?
Hmm.
Oh, they're not going to allow that to happen. So if they went to, look, America went to war when they blew up the World Trade Center. when they said the Taliban blew them up, somebody blew them up, right? They
Yeah.
went to war with a country that wasn't even involved. Iraq wasn't even involved in that. They went to war against Iraq. They don't care who they get. Maybe it's an excuse. So they will be going to war if anything happens to President Trump while he's on this Southeast Asian visit. He's supposed to be going to a conference in China. So he's going to China and all those places. Why would he go to South Korea? He can meet the South Koreans in China where it's safe. Nobody wants, the Chinese are not going to let that man get killed on their soil. Nobody's going to shoot at him in China. You know what I'm saying? So how did that geek, what you say, the super smart man?
Yeah,
He think he's
he
Tarzan,
just
king of the jungle?
that's right. He believes his own.
Rhetoric?
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but yeah, rhetoric.
He believes his own lies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got him. And I know you saying, Hassan, you way off this time. No. Look at George Bush. Look at President Bush. What they call him, 40? I call him George 2, so I know the son. When he went to Iraq, when President Bush went to Iraq, it was a secret. Nobody knew the man was in Iraq till he was in Iraq. He flew to a military base in Iraq that was on an airfield. They had an airfield. He took a skeleton crew with him. There wasn't a lot of reporters there, maybe 2 or 3 people. The gas tank, the aircraft only had a quarter tank of gas. Can you believe that?
Cool.
Yeah, they didn't have a full tank. They didn't have a half a tank of gas or aviation fuel. They had a quarter tank of gas, aviation fuel, to get off the ground. Then, when they took off, they didn't go to regular, the regular run down the length of the runway. They took up with a 30-degree angle right from the start. And they climbed as fast as they could without stalling out the plane. Now, why did they do that? Because they didn't want the plane to get shot down with the president in it. That's why they did it. You're going to visit he went to visit the military, the army, the Marines over there in Iraq, and they didn't even know he was coming. They woke him up when they used to getting woke up 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was over there. And they turned out to greet the president. But that was a secret mission to visit a hostile territory, a hostile country. Why is this guy sure enough acting idiotic? He's the one that said he knew more than most generals. President Trump said he knew more than most generals. He could prosecute the war. He believed he could win it single-handedly. And he's doing something that's idiotic.
Well, he's that's Trump. He's showing you
Yeah,
how he is.
but look at the other thing, how he's getting into this confrontation, not a confrontation, but a little Twitter wars with 2 black congresswomen. And if something happens to him, they're going to say that we did it. I know you looking at me like, what do you
He
mean we
might
did
say
it?
that we did it,
Hey.
but that wouldn't hold that wouldn't hold water.
But they're going to be attacking black folks, taking their frustrations out on us. You spoke ill to the president. You trying to do this. I know you had something to do with
That's nothing new. They always want to blame us for something. So
it.
that just be their regular program. If they didn't say that, then I would be surprised.
You'd be surprised they didn't say it.
Yeah.
Because, this other guy came out. It was in the paper. What's his name? Was it Farak Abdullah Muhammad? The underwear bomber. Just put it that way.
Okay.
The underwear bomber says he's not being treated fairly. They are discriminated against him. They're violating his constitutional right, forcing him to eat pork, a non-religious food, to the Muslims and Jews and other people. So, why am I bringing that up? Because it's very interesting that all this comes out, it's coming out at the same time. Farak, that was back in, what was that? What year was that? A few years
Mm.
ago when the plane did not blow up over Detroit. He was supposed to be, or he's locked up as a terrorist. He's convicted as a terrorist. Underwear bomber. He had some kind of contraption in his underwear, some gases or fuses that didn't go off, and it was smoking. The guy said he saw the underwear smoke. I remember that.
No, I
And he
remember hearing
jumped on
something
him
about
because everybody was nervous then. But, ladies and gentlemen, if the plane had have blown up, it would have been the Arabs did it. The Arabs did it. And their side, and so they were going to run in there and start arresting Arabs in Dearborn wholesale, wasn't it?
it. Oh
They're
yeah.
going to lock them up. And that's they're gonna have to lock some black folks up right along with them. But this guy was a Nigerian, not an Arab. He didn't look like any brother. His picture's in the paper right now. He was what, 23 then? But look, the man got on a plane in Amsterdam, over in the Netherlands, over in Europe. Somebody was helping him on the plane, helping him stand up walking. And y'all remember that? I know we got short
Yeah.
memories. We got short memories. I said then on this show, on this station, that we will never see those tapes in the airport. And you said, what tapes? Oh, the guy that was helping him, Indian looking fellow, that was helping him stand up to put him on the plane. We never saw that. They never brought it up, but they brought up the tapes over in Belgium. Didn't they bring up the tapes in Belgium last year?
Yeah.
The guy in the white hat. Now that's crazy. Somebody wanted to be fingered, wasn't it? Why would you wear a white hat? Never? You you sticking out like a sore thumb with the white hat. He was a good guy, huh? So they had those tapes. We never saw the tapes of the man that helped Farad or Farik, whatever his name, Muhammad, on the plane that came to Detroit, and it's known as the underwear bomber. See how these things? If the plane had a blew up, we would never know he was a Nigerian.
No.
So we don't know these things, but we need to have our eyes open wide. We need to be listening, and we need to keep our mouth shut. So that because they want to jump on black folk, they want to beat us down anyway.
Yeah, they looking for excuse.
And it's a crime to talk about the president. Not talk about him, but to threaten him. That's why everything somebody says, what did they say? Maxine Waters said, if she had something, but the gist of it was, I'd take him out in a heartbeat.
Mm.
And I'm saying, so the man is saying, what that mean? They're saying that you would have something to do with assassinating him and having him killed. You say, no, how can I do that? I'm a 79-year-old grandmother. I wouldn't do anything like that. I'm trying to take him out with impeachment. I say, well, I thought
Mm-hmm.
Luther Vandross sung a song. Can I take you out tonight? But they want to subscribe anything to us negative. They want to subscribe anything to us negative on this president or anything that's going on. But when it comes to this issue, we need to be careful and we need to examine it. I know a lot of you saying, well, what do we care? We don't care nothing about Trump. We care about the reaction that they're going to put on us. And they know we don't have anything to do with it. You could ask, you don't have to ask 10, you could ask 4 or 5 white folks. You could ask 100 of them, and they'll say, man, come on, get away from me. Black folks ain't got that kind of sense. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to pull off nothing like that.
That until
Yeah,
it happened.
huh? No, they got to blame somebody. They don't care.
Yeah, they'll blame somebody, but then after it's happened, they'll eat the ice cream. They'll say it just because that's what they're putting out there.
Yeah. Well, let's take a call. Caller, you on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are
Morning.
you?
I'm okay. Y'all miss. I know y'all do. And just
Oh,
for
we
that, I
are.
brought y'all a new mayor. Man, it's Coleman Young Jr. Make sure y'all vote for him.
But we
Y'all
need
gonna
a
watch the debate tomorrow?
we need a new mayor. That's for sure.
Well, we got one. He gonna be on TV tomorrow. Y'all watching it?
All
Oh yeah,
right.
the debate.
Yeah, the debate.
Yeah, what time? What time is that? It's supposed to be 7
8
or 8
o'clock.
o'clock?
8 o'clock on Channel 4.
Channel 4. Okay.
WBIV.
All right. So
Yeah, come on at 8 o'clock.
are we going to
So,
be listening to these wild lies that the Duggan is saying, the current mayor is saying? Are we
hey,
going?
I wanted to bring something to y'all attention, man. Somebody, I brought this to somebody. Now, y'all listen to what I'm about to say. Okay? Now, Coleman Young was on, giving how should I say, he was on a talk show. And I brought this to someone's attention. And they call themselves flipping it back on me. Now, let me tell you this, what I told them. Now, y'all know Wendell Anthony and that Senator Conyers. Okay? Now, y'all know Duggan was on TV and they were standing behind him with that when he was so-called promoting this that insurance thing they trying to pass, right? They were standing behind him on TV. I don't know if y'all seen that. Promoting that. The next day, both of them, Wendell Anthony, he was on the talk show, TV, Conyers, they was on the news, he was on the news, bashing the state uh, police, that state police lady for making that comment towards the NFL. Now, I brought this up to the person, and I told them that I guess they are fond of Wendell Anthony and Conyers, but I had to bust a couple of bubbles, so I brought this to their attention. I said, well, how could you not criticize them for supporting them on that insurance bill, and then the next day they come out and try to, so she cut me off. Hold on, no. They basically saying they're not with the insurance bill, or they can, basically stand behind who they want. On the flip here, Coleman Young came back and was on my side. He was like, hold on, he got a point. He criticized her in a way that I guess he caught on to it because he told her, no, how you gonna have how's Wendell Anthony and Kanye's gonna be standing behind Dougie along with the other sellout supporting this insurance bill and then turn around the next day try to criticize, cover up. That's like they want you to look at the left hand. All along, we know what's going on with the right hand. But my point was, with those two guys there, we need to pay attention to them. We need to pay attention to them and look who team they're on. You know,
Okay.
I just wanted to put that out there. We
All
need
right.
Coleman Young,
All right.
Young. If we want a better life here in Detroit, y'all better get up,
If
get
you
out
want to
here and go
change,
vote. Go register and vote, people.
All right. Thank you. Caller, you on the air? Thanks for holding.
Hey, good morning, Hassan and Carl. It's Deputy Chief. How you guys doing?
All right,
what's going
Amos.
on?
What's going on?
Good. Hey, look, first of all, if I may, right after your show, Tyrone Travis, he has a show coming on, and I think everybody needs to pay close attention to what he's saying because we're on our last hurrah in Detroit, if you will, if we can't get, or if we don't get Senator Coleman Young in as mayor. I agree with what the previous caller said. Conyers, Wendell Anthony, all these political sycophants that support Duggan, that are holding elected office, there should be some consequences. Leslie Love, all of them up in Lansing. This don't make any sense to me. We got these preachers running around here talking about the mayor should not talk about poverty, and concentrated poverty in Detroit is 86%. Now, if the president, Congress people, governors, and other mayors across the country and council members across the country speak on poverty, why should the mayor and council here not address poverty? You know, this is crazy. So everyone, if you're familiar with social media, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, get on that computer and blow up Senator Coleman Young for mayor. Get your friends, get people you don't know, get people that you do know to get behind Senator Coleman A. Young for mayor.
All right.
We're in a city from a public safety standpoint. The city is unsafe. You look at the report; it's the worst city, #1 worst city to live in. We got the highest crime rate. We got the highest murder rate. We got a police chief that's been the police chief longer than the mayor, and crime in Detroit is off the chart. Okay, so now we have a mayor that's pushing tax increment financing. If you do your research, tax increment financing could, correct or help correct the gentrification or ease the gentrification issue. But he's not using it for that. He's not using it for the interests of the citizens of Detroit. He's using TIF for the interests of corporate in Detroit. So,
Okay, Reggie, thanks. We appreciate that. We got to go. Thanks a lot. Caller, you're on the air. Hello, caller.
Hey, I just want to throw one more thing out there to y'all. You notice y'all homeboy didn't come back out on the air. Y'all governor. What do you think? Everything didn't cool off? We done forgot about him? No, let's heat it back up. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
I just want your audience to understand and let us not forget that Dugan is in cahoots with the looters of Detroit, the stealing of your pension. He's got 30 years of criminal acts that the control media mouthpiece won't put on the scene. So obviously the media is in his pocket, or they're paying to keep his crimes to go blind. And I believe that they just used Kwame as a poster boy to shine all your leaders and all your black people to be criminal and shut out and close the door on the criminal acts that all other groups have committed. So let's vote for Coleman Young, a movement for improvement. And the debate is on at 8 o'clock Wednesday. Thank you for taking my call.
All right,
All
thanks
right,
for making it here. Poverty. You know, he didn't, who was that, Mayor Duggan didn't even show up to the poverty conference in the city of Detroit. He don't want to talk about poverty because if poverty is in Detroit is getting worse and he didn't move the needle on poverty, why are you putting him in for mayor? Why would anybody even thinking about voting him for mayor? And why would these handkerchief head preachers even be backing up behind Mike Duggan for mayor? Why would they do that?
They're
And it's
ignorance.
poverty, huh?
Ignorance and lack of knowledge of the law.
Pay off. What are you talking about? They got
Well,
a little.
some of them are
They
just
got a
paid.
little job.
Cause some of them ain't getting paid. All of them that you see up that you
Well,
think getting paid ain't.
Well, what they did, they got a box in on the water. They think they're gonna cut a deal with the mayor that's gonna save their church, and they don't have to pay the drainage fee. And that's the silliest thing they can think of.
Yeah.
Because this mayor is gonna put you out of your church, gonna shut your church down. I don't know how many times we got to say that, and you want to believe the man because he's white, because you're blinded by the white. No, I don't understand that. I
Sick.
thought you were supposed to be blinded by the light, but you're blinded by the white. Yeah, this man took jobs out of the city of Detroit. Took jobs out of the city of Detroit. Why was he coming out to a poverty conference to talk about uh, poverty, kids and families in poverty and where they couldn't afford to pay their water bill when he's taking city jobs out. He's privatizing to the suburbs. When you walk down the street, you can say, oh, look, they're doing something in the street. Who do you see on the machine but suburbanite white boys? Who do you see on those machines? Who do you see with a shovel and a broom doing the cement finishes? White boys and Mexicans? Why the blacks? Now, I hear you. I heard them loud and clear when these guys were speaking for the mayor would say, well, they can't pass the test.
That's a lie.
That's a lot, man. Give me a
With a
break.
broom?
A broom? A
Please.
shovel? Come on. That was the only job we could get
Yeah.
when we couldn't read and write. And all of a sudden, you can negotiate a broom around the sidewalk and shovel up stuff. Man, these are the linest people you ever want to see. And they're preachers. How do you square that? How do you square that? On their own people. Maybe they're not their own people, but they look like us.
Yeah.
Huh? They look like us.
Just look like us,
But-
and that's it.
That's it.
'Cause they ain't got no backbone and no sense. You know, they won't read anything. Like you always say, they won't read. That's what's wrong with the preachers. They won't read it. They got a Michigan Supreme Court case that support them in reference to the drainage fee, and they won't even read it. Now I didn't send it to some of them, but I got to resend it back out because they didn't start it up again and bring them up to date and see if they will got enough heart to just fill it out and send it in.
But wait a minute, Carl. You talking about that form? I got some calls.
Oh, you
And-
did?
And they said that
I did too. Come to think of it.
that what did they tell them? That they hadn't responded back to the city. So, ladies and gentlemen, a person mailed it in, told them to take their name out of it, that they don't want to volunteer. Just drop their name from this voluntary program dealing with the drainage. And so they said, well, they waited a while and sent them a letter stating that you didn't respond to us, and therefore, if you want us to do anything, you have to start over.
Start
again.
over again.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, I got the same.
Oh, okay. Got
same
the same
message.
Okay.
And I was surprised. I said, oh, well, you know, everybody seemed to be getting responses. I said, but they never sent me anything. I said, but if they did, just make sure you respond. So a couple of people, I was supposed to get with them this week. I told them to contact me and let me know to make sure that they respond to this letter because, you know, they're trying to trick you. It's still voluntary. Nothing has changed. But you just got to recite what you already cited. You don't have to change. Your position don't change.
Isn't it amazing you got a deputy police chief now in charge of the water department, Gary Brown, and he's lying about the water fee and everything, just like he lied on Kwame Kilpatrick.
Yeah,
He lied when he said he was fired, and the man wasn't fired by the mayor. I don't know how many times we got to go over that with you, but it's hard. I don't know, people, you know, if Channel 2 don't say it, they don't believe nothing. If the white
That's
folks
right.
don't say it, they don't believe it. But they took your pension. City of Detroit took your pension, and that was a lie. No public officials voted for the pension. That's the law. A public official has to vote to go to bankruptcy. So no public official voted to go to bankruptcy. They didn't vote to take your pension, and they won't tell you that. So Spivey and Tate and all of them, what's his name, Benson?
Benson.
All of them need to
Scott
be run out.
Benson, yeah.
All of them need to be gone. And we sitting up here voting for a mayor that was there scheming and plotting to take your pension. Mike Duggan was there.
That's
We
right.
found that out through the Robert Davis emails that the court ordered for the governor to turn over. And it said we got to have somebody black. This is Mike Duggan.
That's
We got to
right.
have somebody black on the over the bankruptcy. We got to get Kevin Orr. Now this is Mike Duggan and Snyder
Snyder.
debating on who to get for the bankruptcy to steal your pension money. Now, you know, they wanted me to go out to the pension meeting. I said, no, why should I go out there? And then they took my money, and you just want me to tell you how I feel about it? You know, what I can't do now that I could do before? No, they're a bunch of crooks. They won't let me talk. How many times, Carl? Well, they say we're gonna let you get up and talk. You know.
Yeah, well.
But I know when you fill out the card, they won't even read the card. Would they?
Your name won't never come up. You can forget that. Your name and my name.
We go to those places, ladies and gentlemen, fill out the card. They never read nothing we say it. Wouldn't even paraphrase it. So they want you to talk, and it's a question. This is, you know, it's mind-boggling to me, but I don't need to get my blood pressure up over insanity. I don't have to get my blood pressure over crazy people. Why would you vote for anybody that robbed you? Why would you vote for a man that robbed you? He was in the plot with him. Huh? He was the man plotting to take your pension. He was on the EEA board with another emergency, Roy Roberts. Oh, y'all got short memories. You forgot about that. He was president. He had an office. Secretary Treasury, and then $12 million disappeared and the man got amnesia. Got amnesia. Don't know what happened. He was even saying he wasn't there.
But he was supposed to be keeping the notes. He was secretary.
Secretary Treasury, man, they had both of them, you know. I don't know how they went. They never said who the other person was, so it was probably a combined position. Like most unions and people got Secretary Treasury. Oh, it's something else. And they gotta think about you got your pension stolen from your health care cut, and you got to think about who you should vote for mayor. You gotta think about whether Coleman Young is too young for the job. You gotta be kidding. No, more than that, you gotta be crazy.
Crazy, shoot.
Huh?
Because I'm gonna tell you, it's very important what Robert Davis did and what was revealed in those emails. And you know, a lot of people don't really see how serious this is when you have a Republican governor and a Republican and Democratic clothing, which is Duggan, talking and saying that they need a black EM, emergency manager. Why do you think that they said that?
So you wouldn't holler discrimination, huh?
Yes, the big D, I call it. They don't want you to call, so they wanted to see how could they get around the big D. And they haven't got around it. Everything that Duggan and Snyder has done, they do it in a discriminatory way. And nobody's really talking about it. And that's the only thing that they feared. When you look at Duggan, what has he did for Detroit? He haven't did anything for Detroit.
Yeah, he did.
What, please tell me.
He put all the white boys, gave a job to the suburbs. Isn't that for Detroit when he give away your jobs, send them out to the suburbs?
That's against Detroit. That ain't for Detroit.
You know, the newspaper was slick. They said the police department is 95% white. Not 100%, 95%. You say slick, yeah. They didn't count all of these Michigan State policemen around the city.
No.
They didn't count them. So it's over 110% white police officers, occupational army. What happened to the blacks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot. They keep telling that lie. They can't read.
That's another reason why you want Coleman Young Jr. in there, because he can take the page from his father, and he changed all of that. The same, I guess you would say, the way it was back then, you had a lot of white police officers, overwhelmingly white police officers in the police department. Now it's going back to that.
It was going back to that because back during the riot, they didn't have 50 police officers, 50 black police officers on Detroit police force in 1967.
Right.
There wasn't 50 of them. Out of what, 3,500, 4,000? And these folks, they ain't thinking about you.
You
And
see?
we don't have enough sense. We're going to vote. I don't think the man won. I don't think Mike Duggan won the mayoral election fair and square.
I don't either.
A write-in? How do you win a write-in
Never in
candidate?
history.
And it had never been done anywhere in the country. In a major city, not even in a village anywhere in America. So we know what's going on, and we got to come out in droves to vote for Coleman Young. You know, this don't make sense. How do you sit up there and they took your hospital, your health insurance? You know, I have a cousin. I talk about him from time to time because of the police officer. 92 years old. His pension, not this pension, they didn't mess with the pension for the police officer. His health care,
Yeah.
his health care was reduced. I don't think he was in the hospital 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they kicked him out. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Threw him out.
I
He said, hey, he
believe it.
can't stay here. He's got to go. Now his son is a lawyer. I say, well, what about that, Michael? Hey, man, he said it's rough. He had to find a nursing home for him to go to. This is outrageous. I know he used to brag about how the police department had the best insurance in the world in Michigan. They took care of him. What they did, from what I can see, he had a couple operations and different things, and he was in the hospital as long as he wanted to be until whatever they got wrong with him. It wasn't like now. You look up. I said, what happened? I said, man, they actually put him out.
Oh yeah, they put you out.
Put him out. And he said, well, so he's in a rehab now, and he says, we got to get him back home because they're gonna want to take all his money.
Oh yeah, that will happen.
Yeah,
My brother was in the hospital. That's the same thing they wanted to do with him. They wanted to take
when you go to that nursing
control
home,
all his money.
oh yeah. So people sitting here, you're sitting here and you're on a pension, you're getting retirement benefits. Your benefits have been cut. They're gonna be cut more under this mayor, under Mike Duggan. So you need to make a change now. I don't know what's wrong with us. You don't need a preacher to tell you. The preachers ain't got sense enough to keep their own church. Oh, they gonna, and now, wait a minute.
And they voluntarily doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause they ain't most of them not putting up no kind of fight, and the law's on their side.
Carl, it ain't a fight. What the man says
Yeah, it
voluntary.
sure ain't.
He can go to court right there, send a letter. They didn't respond. Okay, go to court. You not a part of that program. They can't charge you for that. And they so crazy they don't understand that the water from your parking lot goes into the sewer. You're already paying the sewage. It's not drainage. And they confuse them on words, and they don't understand it. I don't know how they gonna preach somebody in the heaven or hell. They don't understand that. It's strange. You don't hear blacks talk about purgatory when you go to church. So there's a lot of commentary that we don't hear about that they teach in the Catholic Church. They part of Catholicism and all the rest of the stuff. But we don't get that. It's in the Bible. Or was that just Dante? Was that Dante talking about purgatory somewhere, that way station on the way to heaven? And if you wanted, so that's right, the Catholics, man, you had to pay money.
Yeah.
You got to pay money to go to heaven, so the poor man never could get in there. Caller, you on the air? Hello, caller.
You on air?
Caller, you on the air?
You ever know them American accent?
Hello, caller.
You on air?
Yeah, what you think about that new jail site they talking about building over there where the American Axle plant was at without getting the community input?
Well, it's nothing but a switch of Detroit city property for other city property. Then when that city property, when it go to the foreclosures for the back taxes, why would Wayne County want the property? And when was it transferred to Wayne County, if it was ever transferred to Wayne County over this Dan Gilbert myth? Why are we giving one man the
Everything.
whole city?
Don't make
You
no
got
sense.
a bunch of fools down there on that city council. And you got a mayor that's the cheerleader. Give away all of this property in the city of Detroit. And you hear people keep saying, well, the white folks, that was they plan. They were coming back years ago to take over. They were coming back and they were going to take over.
Yeah, because
No,
you're going
they
to give it
ain't.
to them.
You gave it to them. Anybody put you out, you gave it to them. You voting for council people every day, drunks and crackheads and whatever they are on the city council with no sense, giving away the property, and then you ain't got sense enough not to vote them off, not to get rid of this mayor that says he put the street lights on and we got 20, 30,000 less street lights.
That's right. The street lights, the lighting on the street has never been this bad.
And when you complain about it, he said, we're doing a national standard. We're doing a national standard. He don't even tell you what the national standard is.
Because he don't know.
Is it the national standard for dog houses, for villages, what, for the farm? And the man, hey, he's out of his mind. He's just playing us. They get paid and we get played. He talking, you hear people saying, well, Mike Duggan is buying a lot of property up over on, some part north of Rosedale Park or south of Rosedale Park. How do we know that? I'm like, what? How do y'all know all of that? They didn't put it in the paper, but why would they put it in the newspaper? It's amazing. It's amazing the way things go.
It certainly is. Shoot.
It is very amazing. No, news bulletin. That's what Famous Amos was talking about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Tyrone Travis will be on from 10:30 to 12. He's coming in behind us. We're going to 10:30, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
We're going to 10:30 today, and so you're going to be rocking and rolling. Tyrone is going to knock your socks off when he come in here. Oh, that's my man, old Tyrone. Tyrone Travis is coming in 10:30 today. Right after us. We're going to 10:30.
Yep, 10:30.
And we're going to take a 10 o'clock station break, so don't go anywhere. Let me see here. Carla, you on there?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are
As
you,
usual.
baby?
Great show. Wow. I mean, you guys have covered so many topics. The debate, number one, the debate. I'll hit that quickly. We can't even be sit in the audience. He doesn't even give us, Duggan, the respect that we can sit in the audience and not just sit there quietly. He's put it out there that we're not intelligent enough that we will act out. That's why they don't want an audience. That's why it's only going to be the Duggan and Coleman. That's insane.
Well, he's always had his audience.
He's afraid of the people that he's supposed to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. I got plenty of time.
No, I'm just saying that he's afraid. And this Saturday they're going to be doing canvassing, so they need a lot of volunteers to come out. This is the last push, and WHPR has been great. Whenever you go to events, that's what you see is WHPR, the family. So these last couple of weeks, we got to put everything we've got into this. Like you guys are saying, if he gets back in there, he's a very vindictive man. He's going to come after all of us, okay? It's not going to just be over. And I believe they're trying to keep a cap on the police for right now until after November the 7th. And the last thing, Gary Brown was on Reverend Holly's show Saturday. Could you explain quickly about the residential drainage fee that he was talking about and that they're going to have until July to explain it to the residents about residential drainage fee?
What it means is they jacking up your water bill. That's what it means. Your water bill is going up and up over a fictitious. This is fraud.
That's exactly what it is.
This is fictitious government fraud. These hoodlums in there right in front of your face, and they want you to think they're doing something. Number one, the city of Detroit told you to take your downspouts out. Right? That's from the gutter. Take them out. They were going into a drain, and it would run down the sewer in the back, and you're paying for it. They wanted you to run it on the grass. So they want the water to run on the grass, and then they tell you that you got to pay for it. And you're already paying for it. These people are lying. You have never seen a bunch of liars in your that's up in your face in your life that lie more than these people do. You got Donald Trump as president. He'll just tell a lie and say, I didn't say that. And you got Mike Duggan the same way. So I didn't say that. You made a mistake. And you're wrong. And I'm going to get you for that. And I didn't think you said that, Benny.
Oh, yeah.
And that Benny Napoleon was
Coward.
standing right there beside him, wasn't he? When he ran for mayor, he was the first one to come out. But wait a minute now. I don't want to leave what you were saying about the drainage free. The water that goes on your grass is called groundwater, and it goes through the ground. It don't go through a drain.
That's not a pervious surface?
No, pervious is concrete and asphalt.
Right.
Asphalt is made from oil. You know the water is not going through any oil-based products. The shingles on the roof are oil-based products, asphalt shingles. That's considered pervious. So when the water runs off the roof, it goes into the drain or the gutter, and it goes in the basement. I say basement. It goes alongside the basement wall, and it runs out the back of your house in the sewage drain. Same thing with the parking lots. They're not paying for anything extra. They have told a lie. And nobody's challenging them on it. It's just a bald-faced lie. They're already paying for a sewage fee. All the churches are already paying for sewage. You know, look, once your line, the front line, the grass in your house, at your house, that's all you're paying for. These fools are going to charge you for the city grass. The sidewalk in front of your house, everybody know the city owns that sidewalk. The sidewalk to the street is city property.
I'm going to make it even simpler than that. First of all, and I've said this but I guess people haven't caught on yet, there is no ordinance, there is no statute,
No law.
there is no law, period, about a drainage fee. It's unenforceable. So why is everybody up and down? Won't nobody ask simple question, where's the law? There is no law. He's just doing it because he can do it. He can get away with it. When Kavanaugh made that statement about black folk was dumb, stupid, and
Fat and
lazy, he said, well, yeah, that must be the truth. And he treating us like that because we ain't got sense enough to just, we act like we still in slavery and scared to ask the man, just simple. Where is the law?
And not only that, what you asking them for, say, I'm not volunteering for this crap.
The Supreme Court said it was voluntary. So you got the Supreme Court telling you that it's voluntary. There is no law for it. So, what's wrong with us?
I don't know.
Like you said, I have to agree with you. What is it? We scared of the white? You said that, and I said that's a joke. But when you start analyzing it, you say, "Damn, is this for real?"
Yeah, it's for real.
But I don't understand us.
Anything else, Dee?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go right
just
ahead.
want to say your last thing right quick, because 1 to 10. Looting Detroit, the movie, the part on elections. Go to the 2013 about that primary, and you will see that the commercial that they did for Duggan on how to do the write-in. Compare that handwriting to them ballots that we've got pictures of, hundreds and thousands of ballots. Compare that. Just compare that. Look, pull it up yourself, okay? I'm not saying this is, pull it up yourself. Looting Detroit, the movie. Sylvia promotes it also. But just go to the one for elections and educate yourself. And that'll make you maybe get out and help canvass and help get other people out to the polls. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call.
Thank you for making it here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to make one quick point about that. Your caller said something about Reverend Holly and Jerry on his show, and Carl, you said why they just don't act? Why they just don't act? Well, again, black folks have short memory. You know, like Eminem said, we need to draw the line. Now, I'm gonna pull the sheets off Holly. I've been pulling them off for the longest. Won't nobody listen. He was standing up there on the stage last year supporting Duggan, and he was up there with him with this insurance bill with Anthony and Kanye. Okay,
Okay, you know what?
Holly always been against us. He's
Well, you
always been against us.
all right?
He's
We come.
always with. And my thing is this:
Hold on. We
Brown,
got to
he
go
wouldn't
to a
come on
break.
nobody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a top of the hour, 10 o'clock break. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. We're right back after the break.
So if you're on a call, just hold on until after the break.